How do you feel at that moment when you got that first check?
It was very exciting. It was very exhilarating. It's like, hey, this actually works. This is like a thing. It really happens.
Welcome to Houses Flipping People. Let us help you to become financially free in real estate investing. Make sure you subscribe. Curt, so nice to have you here with us, and we're so excited to hear your story and share with us, how did you become a real estate investor?
I became a real estate investor because we were determined to have our own business and be an entrepreneur. We found this thing called the Phil Grove 3-day event.
Wow, so you didn't know anything about the real estate investing?
No, I didn't know anything about real estate.
Where are you from originally?
I'm a native Texan. I grew up down in the Clear Lake part of Houston.
And how many siblings do you have?
I have 3. I have 2 brothers and a sister. We had some real challenges in our family. I had a brother that was born with some severe medical challenges. He was born with 1/2 of one kidney working, some learning disabilities, some speech impediments. It took many surgeries and trips to doctors and treatments and procedures and a lot of money that wasn't covered by insurance. So it was really a family commitment. There was a 3-year period of time where I basically raised the other 3 children, and while my mother was working towards her PhD to where she learned some of these things that helped my brother. And through a whole series of medical research and surgeries and treatments and experimental procedures, my mom got it to where he's now 62 years old and doing fine.
So your mom was going through school and have a full-time job and raising you guys at the same time, or you know, as much as she could. Mm-hmm. How about your dad?
At that time, he was working in a corporate aviation aircraft hangar. He was underemployed. That's why he worked 90 hours a week to get as much money as he could. He was an hourly guy at that point. His job previous to that and then after that, he was literally a rocket scientist for NASA on the Apollo program, and then later on the space shuttle program.
So you did have a lot of responsibility.
My childhood it didn't have the freedom and the social experience that a lot of people have. And so I kind of played catch up in those regards in my 20s and 30s. And that's probably related to I didn't get married until I was 40 years old.
How was your first deal?
The first deal was exciting. It was a gentleman and his wife that were in foreclosure. And they had sad circumstances. He had been laid off and his wife had gotten a chronic illness. So they had gone from a 2-income family to a 0-income family. We helped them save the house from going to foreclosure, helped them get relocated to a place that was more affordable. We bought the house, decluttered the house, and threw it on the MLS.
And how much money did you make off of that particular deal?
We put about $20,000 of our own money into that deal. We took over his mortgage, which covered most of the purchase price. So we got $39,000 out of it in about 5 or 6 weeks.
Snap, flip, bank a check. Snap, flip, bank a check. Snap, flip, bank a check. Snap, flip, bank a check.
Revolutionary house flipping app calculates home value, liens, equity, and repairs needed based on a picture and internet records. Built-in skip tracer provides full report on owner. Proprietary scoreboard calculates up to 12 flipping offers and strategies. Now a rookie can flip like a pro.
Snap, flip, bank a check. Snap, flip, bank a check. Bank a check.
What was your previous career?
I reported to my last job, I reported to the CEO of $1 billion corporation in the higher education space.
And how long were you doing that?
28 years on the job.
On the job.
From rookie entry-level employee to the last year that I reported to the CEO. When I was in those executive jobs, I mean, literally it was 24/7, 365. And what happened is my wife she got diagnosed with cancer. And because I was a real estate investor and I was my own boss, I was able to go with her to every single medical appointment. And I was able to stay with her for surgeries in the hospital. I was able to stay with her. That was priceless to have that time with her. She ended up passing away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Which we didn't expect. And I am so thankful that during those last 9 months of her life when she was fighting cancer, that I was able to be with her rather than sitting in a corporate boardroom doing PowerPoints, which is what I would have to be doing if I was still in one of those executive jobs. And so there's no amount of money that can replace the opportunity to have had that time with her and to be supportive of her during her time of need.
What I love about the real estate is not just transforming our lives to go on vacation and buy cool things, is to spend more time with our family, is helping family who is going through the struggles, not being able to catch up with their mortgage and they're losing everything on the auction. Be able to be there for them. And how long were you in school for, between college and all your degrees, to get to that position?
I've got about 7 years of full-time college.
So 7 years of full-time college, 28 years on your career. It's like it took 2 months and a half for you to get a complete different career, for you to make exactly what you're making on your 28 years of your paycheck as a W-9. So
I had never thought of it that way, but that's correct.
What motivated you to change careers?
I was laid off in a wave where 500 people were laid off, as sometimes happens. And at that point, our son was out of college and had his own career. And I was interviewing for jobs. And I said to my wife, I know I could do that job, but I just don't want to. She says, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. And she said, let's start a business. And I'm like, she said, well, I've always believed in real estate. And I'm like, well, maybe software, maybe real estate. And then we talked about it for a few weeks and said, okay, real estate.
And how did you find our inner circle?
I signed up for an online training program to become a real estate agent. And I felt that it wasn't my life calling to be a real estate agent, but I didn't know where else to start. And I think what happened is because I signed up for that, I started getting emails and online ads, and I signed up for some meetups for real estate events. And going through that online process, I found this thing called Phil Grove's 3-day event. That sounds interesting, let's go to that. So my wife and I went to that, and that 3-day workshop opened our eyes bigger than the Grand Canyon. It was so informative. And we felt that Phil and Shanoa were very genuine, very authentic. They really wanted their students to succeed.
And on that 3-day live event, what was your aha moment?
I think my aha moment was when Phil talked about buying a house with leaving the existing mortgage in place, what he calls subject to. And I thought that was like profound. It's like, wait a minute, you can do that? Well, obviously you can. He said you can do it. He's done it plenty.
Did you have any doubt through the process?
But I had doubts. I had really no idea how it is to be a real estate investor before the 3-day workshop. But by the end of the 3-day workshop, we had no doubts. I say we, my wife and I, we went to it together. And we were really quite confident in Phil's training. We were really quite confident in his network and his inner circle. But we felt there was a very clear path that Phil had set in motion for us.
So how much has real estate transformed your life?
It's been hugely transformative. I have a peace of mind. I have a freedom I have a flexibility that I would have never had with a W-2 job. In December of 2021, my son kidnapped me to Cancun for about 6 or 7 days.
I like that, kidnap me. I'm like,
yeah,
you know,
he did. He said,
Dad,
Dad, you're working too much. You need a break. We're going to Cancun. Then I took 7 weeks of consecutive vacation, and I could have never, ever, ever, ever done that in the W-2 job. I went to Europe twice. In between the 2 Europe trips, I spent a week in Florida. After the 2 Europe trips, I spent kind of a little bit less than a week in the Smoky Mountains with lifelong friends. Well, it's a feeling of independence that I'm not dependent on working for somebody else in a W-2 job. It's a feeling of accomplishment. It's a feeling of pride. And it's a feeling of control of destiny. Like, we are determining our destiny. It's not being determined by somebody in a corner office.
how many deals have you done since you became an investor with our inner circle?
Our family's done over 55 deals since we joined the inner circle.
How much money have you made in one deal that feel like that was a full run? Which one? How much money was on that specific deal? Do you have one?
I don't know, I'm gonna say $4 million.
Over $4 million. How much money have you made since you became a real estate investor?
Worth over $35 million.
Do you know anyone that you like to thank you for being here today?
Well, for sure, I'm always thankful to God, and I'm particularly also thankful to Phil and Shanoa for having created this network and created this training program. And then so many dozens of people, if maybe hundreds of people in the network, lenders, business partners, subject matter experts. There have been so many people in this network and in the power team that have helped me and my family and our business. Literally dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of people in the network.
What advice would you give for anyone that is watching us today, if they want to change career, add on real estate into their career? What advice do you have for them?
Just do it. I mean, it's kind of a cliche from Nike, just do it, but it's true. If you want to control your own destiny, this is a great path to go down.
So Curt, thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate your time, for coming in and sharing your story with us.
Would you like to press a button on your phone and make money?
Would you like to flip a house by simply taking a picture? I know what you're thinking. Sounds ridiculous, right? You can't flip a house without money, right? It takes money to make money, right? You need to be an expert to invest in real estate, right? Well, not long ago, you had to learn a language to speak Spanish. Now your phone can translate instantly for you. In fact, your phone can get you an Uber, play any song ever recorded, and allow you to search for any information ever created at the touch of a button. And you don't have to be an expert to do all of that either. You just need a phone. Well, now you can use your phone to flip a house and bank a check. You can do this by using a revolutionary product called the Snap Flip Bank. Snap a picture, flip a house, bank a check. Now, even a rookie can invest like a pro. In fact, several thousand investors have done exactly that. I even host a TV show called Houses Flipping People, where I interview ordinary people whose life have been transformed from becoming real estate investors with the help of the Snap Flip Bank. Would you like to join them? If you have even the smallest interest in real estate, come get this app and some free training. Go to the link below.
You can't get this revolutionary technology anywhere other than our website. I'll see you at the bank, Snap Flip Bank. Click on the link below. Let's change your life. I will see you on the other side. Now we are go.
Snap, flip, bank a check. Snap, flip, bank a check. Snap, flip, bank a check. Snap, flip, bank a check.
Revolutionary house flipping app calculates home value, liens, equity, and repairs needed based on a picture and internet records. Built-in skip tracer provides full report on owner. Proprietary scoreboard calculates up to 12 flipping offers and strategies. Now a rookie can flip like a pro.
Snap, flip,